In this video, we're going to talk about the speed at which you're talking. Let's go. 今回のビデオは話し方のスピードについてを話したいと思います。Welcome to That's the Norm, where we talk about communication, culture, and creativity. And in this video, we're going to talk about talking, or specifically the speed at which you're talking. Have you ever wondered how fast or slow do you talk with people around you, your friends, your colleagues, your family, the ones closest to you? Some people change their speeds according to the people that they're talking to. Maybe if it's someone that you respect, and you might get nervous, and then you just speak a lot faster, and then you stumble on your words, or you speak slower. Maybe you're talking to a friend who isn't so good at English, or may have trouble understanding you in some way. Maybe you're trying to explain something, then you would want to go through an entire paragraph of technical data or what have you. In any case, depending on the context, depending on the situation, the speed at which you're talking is different. So let's go through the two main speeds. The first one is fast. Now, when you're talking really fast, sometimes it aligns with the fact that you have a very fast mind. A lot of thoughts come out of your head and you just want to let it all out. You think it's relevant to the conversation and you believe that every single word and every single thought is coming out of you and that it's all important and that everyone should hear it. That does mean that you might make a few mistakes. That does mean that you might stumble in some way. Yeah, it does mean that. In the world of public speaking, faster pace when presenting something also helps with letting the audience know that what you're about to say after you make your point is evidence. It could be examples. It could be a story that you've heard from your parents. It could be an anecdote. It could be something. But the point is, a lot of faster parts of the conversation are meant to highlight the main points in the conversation. If you think about it, we don't have to talk all the time to have a very good conversation. We can just have a good conversation in just as little few words as possible. You know that this can happen with the different ways that we can exude body language, the way that we smile, the way that we hold ourselves up. But then sometimes you just want to be part of the story and then you want to bring in all these details and blah, blah, blah. There's nothing wrong with talking fast. It's just that there are a few avenues where you might stumble. So you might be, you might want to be careful when you're talking fast. Now, on to the next point. Talking slow. When you talk slow, you make a really large point or a conclusion. This means that the slower that you talk, the easier it is for everyone listening to comprehend each and every single word according to the context. You can explain something in very, very slow conversation, but it does drag along a lot. That's why slower paced talking works well with making a fine point, providing the takeaway to the conversation, the lessons that you should learn, maybe something very important like a secret from your friend. They will want to tell you, I'm allergic to eggs. But you know, they would want to tell you something that leaves a large impression in your mind, in your head. When you mix these two together, you get a variety of pace in, say, a conversation or a presentation or public speaking. This is extremely important if you want to give your audience or your listeners a variety of speeds to keep them interested. You start off with the main point, one slow sentence, and then you bring in examples. Example 1, example 2, studies show that this, studies show that that, researchers have found out that blah, blah, blah. These all add to, you slow it down, the main slow point. Now, I like to use public speaking as a very good example because it pushes these two things to their extreme. You get the largest effect. But this also occurs in conversation. Have you always wondered how some people leave a very lasting impression? when they talk slower, when they have less to say, but each word is so profound, each word is so powerful. On the other hand, those who have lots to say, those who talk faster, may just exude an image where they just have so much going through their mind. Maybe they're just so intelligent that they have these thoughts coming out, and it's becoming overbearing to deliver it to the person listening. And that's why what happens in the mind works really well, and then when it comes out, it's just now, there are people who talk really fast and they are extremely good at communicating. Those who do that have a special skill. I believe that they practiced it. I believe that they are able to learn how to deliver each and every intention, each and every thought in their mind in as quick and efficient way as possible, hence the fast talking. Maybe it's a scientific explanation broken down into simple terms. Maybe it's a theory or some large study where they read the entire text and extremely complicated, so they could literally throw the information out just like that. But they choose to make it simpler for you to understand. So these are the two main examples: slow talking, fast talking. They do highlight certain parts of a conversation, certain parts of the context. Now, how would you learn from this? Take a look at how you talk to your friends. Take a look at how you talk to your closest ones. Do you talk slower? Do you talk faster? Does age play a factor? Do you talk slower when you're with someone who is senior to you? These all have an influence on the speed at which you are talking. Now, I'm highlighting this because I want you to be more aware of how you talk to other people. The reason is, sometimes even the speed at which we are talking creates a sense of misunderstanding, and it will result in a communication breakdown. You don't want miscomm happening when you're explaining something just because you're very excited and then something comes out that sounds completely different according to the listener. I don't want you to be misunderstood. That's pretty much it. I want you to learn how and when you talk slow and fast, and learn how you get into these habits of talking both slow and fast, and maybe you can improve. Maybe you can learn in a way where other people can comprehend your thoughts better when you start to become more aware of your skills. Maybe you just don't talk slow at all. Maybe you just talk really, really fast. On the other hand, some people talk really slowly. There could be a number of factors. It could be social awkwardness. It could be the context. You could be very uncomfortable, or maybe it could be a state of mind that just doesn't mesh well with, your words as they're coming out. Also, having a variety does allow more people to understand you, regardless of their language ability. Foreigners who don't have a good command of English, or those who don't really understand your industry or your field that you are so passionate about that you just have 1,000 words to say, but they only understand 10. So please, be more aware of how you talk. Right now, it's just speed. Just time yourself. Maybe that might work. So, question of the day. What situations cause you to talk differently from how you normally do? Maybe you talk fast when you're really nervous. Maybe you talk really slow when you're talking to babies. Maybe you talk really fast when, there's a deadline or you're stressed. Maybe you talk slower when you don't want to when someone is watching you. It could be that. But do leave a comment down below. I'd love to see how it is that people are talking according to the context that is given. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. As always, make the effort to understand each other and always stay united. Take care. Bye. Whoa. This video was brought in by a friend of mine, Yuto, for messaging me after the release of the first video, saying that he could understand my English because it was clear. So he gave me the inspiration to make this video about pace, about the speed. We just want to understand each other. So really making sure or taking care of the speed of how you talk makes a big difference in getting people to understand you. And it doesn't matter if they're good or bad at English. The fact that you do change your speed to care for the person that you're talking to tells them already that you're listening and you care for them. So, yeah. はい、以上です。あざっす。Thank you.